Hi, welcome back everybody. CVM here with Kenny Snapcaster, and we're going to play fan favorite, Lobster, Tiger, Lizard. A little rock, paper, scissors action. And we can pick them up, and we can either pick the ones that we want and try and level each other, or just go at random. I'll let you choose both of our fates.
All right, let's just do the random.
Just at random?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see what happens. We'll call it destiny.
Call it destiny. Oh, child. All right, I'm gonna pick this one.
All right, I'm going to pick this one.
Are you sure? I'll let you switch.
All right, I'll switch.
Oh man, I think
You
I'm
ready?
gonna lose now. Yeah.
Set.
Lizard.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, all right, we need to do it again.
All right. Shouldn't have switched.
I mean, you should have. Well, if you didn't, you would have lost. It would have been paper.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
Or I would have won.
Guaranteed.
All right, we'll
50-50.
go with this one.
All right. Bam. Rock lobster. Oh, crushes the scissors.
No.
I'll go first.
All right. 6.
All right. So this hand has some sweet things going on with it. We have this guy and a couple ways to make him a little bit bigger. And we're on the play, so I'm going to keep.
All right. We've got a very nice curve, so we'll keep this.
Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. All right, so we're going to play our experiment one, and it's your turn.
Time to experiment. All right. I'm going to go to 16 on Thoughts Easier.
Okay. I have Forest, Plains, Fleece Main Lion, Dryad Militant.
I will take your Fleece Main Lion.
You don't say.
Yep.
Want to write these down?
They I took a mental snapshot.
Might be able to remember them.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing.
So that was a good draw. So we'll play our Militant and Evolve and battle for dose.
14.
Go ahead.
I already got 14.
See, this Fleece Main Lion did 4 damage to you.
It did. Sylvan character.
Yep.
Your turn.
All right, so we draw. That's a good one, too. So we'll play our Plains.
I take it you've drawn non-land cards.
You know, we have a couple different options here, so I can just play this now and attack, and it will guarantee that I get in 3 damage. Or I can just attack and then save this to try and kill his Caryatid. But I highly doubt that he would block my experiment one anyways. So I'm just going to cast a Fleece Main Lion and Evolve. And then we're going to ship.
Right. I'll take the 3 and go to 11.
And then it's your turn.
All right. I think what I want to do is just play this. So I'm going to put. Oh, we're going to play tapped and pass the turn.
All right. So I smell a removal spell coming. And maybe we'll draw. Now I'm going to give you a chance to use it now before I draw Rootborn Defenses.
I have to block.
All right. I'll draw a card. Okay. So we have a couple different options here. I think that our best bet is going to be to this on our Dryad Militant. Our experiment one, we're able to regenerate it if he uses a removal spell on it. And so if I do this on the Militant, then any creature that he blocks with his Caryatid is going to die. So I think that's going to get in the most damage, and then that allows us to save this for the following turn to either grow our experiment one if we have to regenerate it, or if we draw a land, then we just get to drop it on him. So if we, get a removal, if a removal spell happens here, then we still get to put in some pressure on him by forcing him to use his removal spell on a sub-optimal creature. So I'm going to attempt to Courage my Dryad Militant.
Okay.
Combat.
Yeah.
Sending the team.
Alright, so we can either take 6 or we can take 7. It's probably just better to take the 6. Alright, blow him up.
Alrighty.
And I'll take 6. 5.
And I'll pass the turn. So now a land next turn will let us monstrous our Fleecemane Lion, which would be pretty sweet.
Alright. Play a Reaper. Your turn. And it's good because Reaper doesn't die to Slowsnare Charm, where Avenant Thorn would. Although Reaper's is a little worse against, like, the red deck.
Alright, so we drew our land. So we can attack. And then he has to block with both of his creatures. And then we can just, at this point we can monstrous the lion so it doesn't die from his death touch. Well, I guess it wouldn't die in general. I think we're just going to attack with both of our creatures. So we're definitely attacking here, and what we do is going to depend on how he blocks.
I'm going to block this just to make it tap his mana. Alright. I will block. And if he has Slowsnare Charm and we don't block Expand Mon, we're dead because we're at 5.
Okay, so I have two options here. I can put this here, which would make him, so he has to do Death Touch, he gets to scry a bunch, but then I'm going to be left with 2 4-power creatures. Or I can monstrous this and save it this turn. His Caryatid will die, he'll get to scry 1, and then I'll still have this for the following turn, which I think is better. So if I do this, oh, then that guy will die actually. So I'll have 2 creatures and I'll have no creatures in play, and I'll have 2 4-power guys. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be the best. So I'm going to Boon Satyr on this guy. I'll bestow.
Okay. 3, 4, 5.
Sure.
Touch him.
Alright, so what's going to happen is these 2 creatures are going to die, this creature's going to die. You're going to have 2 scry triggers.
3.
The Reaper doesn't scry for himself.
Only other.
Yep.
Right.
You'll have 2 scry triggers. Satyr will come into play, triggering the evolve on the experiment one.
Right. Well, I'm gonna scry.
Well, actually, does that even work? Hold on.
What?
Becomes a creature. So it's already in play.
As you cast this.
Well, it was bestowed. It was already in play as an enchantment, and then it becomes a creature. Yeah, it's actually not going to trigger the evolve. That was a misthought on my.
Wait, why doesn't it do it?
Because it's already in play.
And then it just becomes a.
Yeah, it just becomes a creature. Like, it doesn't re-enter the battlefield. Then evolve only checks when it enters the battlefield.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Just from reading the cards and like knowing how bestow works.
All right.
So yeah, but you get 2 scry triggers.
All right. So let's go ahead and scry.
Now, knowing that, it might have been better just to monstrous my Fleecemane Lion, but I don't know.
Want that. And my other scry. I'll keep that there.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh wait, I have to go to 3.
Opposite that.
Yeah.
So you go stay at 5.
Yeah. Your turn.
All right. I'll take any pump spell.
Don't say that. Well, I take it it's not a pump spell.
No, it's not a pump spell.
Alright.
So I can attack him down to 2. Because if I attack with both, he'll block the Boon Satyr. Because the experiment one can just regenerate. And then I can play this creature, which still puts him dead to any pump spell. Or I can just cast this Voice of Resurgence, which I think still puts him dead to any pump spell. Yeah, I think it's right to just play this and then pass.
Alright. Alright, so we have to cast this now. Otherwise we won't get a chance. I guess we should tap this and this. Bang.
It's dead.
Your turn.
Alright, so we're basically in the same position as before, except a Celestia Charm doesn't... I guess Charm still kills him because I can exile the opposite.
Yeah.
Alright, well that was a good one. And I think that I cast this now and then attack. Tristani.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack with both. This triggers.
Mm-hmm.
He blocks the voice. We'll take 4, and then I'll get an elemental. I feel like you have a 4-drop in your hand, otherwise you would have played 2 spells that turn. Or it could just be a land. So I'm just going to attack with both.
I think I just have to block experiment 1. Go to 3, because then you're going to start this shenanigans. I go to 3, I'm probably just going to die. If I block voice, I go to 1. Yeah, block here.
Alright, now I'll regenerate.
Okay.
Go.
Spell. Nope.
Oh, lands. Oh, jeez.
Lands galore.
Alright, here we are back for game 2. Kenny gets to be on the play if he so chooses this turn.
I will choose to play.
And we did want to give an update on the Boon Satyr interaction with Experiment 1. If it is bestowed onto a creature and the creature dies, the type of the card changes from aura to creature. It doesn't trigger any enter the battlefield abilities because it's technically already on the battlefield. So I was correct in not evolving my Experiment 1.
Alright, I'll keep this hand.
Is it really good?
No.
I'm gonna keep mine. It's not like crazy awesome, but I think it's pretty good actually. So we'll see.
Alright. Elvish Mystic.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Maybe I'll play opposite that. Never.
Maybe we'll play after that. Alright, so we draw. That's a pretty good card. Experiment Uno. Go.
Alright. Alright. So we'll scry 1. This is a very interesting card.
I hope everybody at home can see it, even though I can't.
There you go. Alright, I think that... I don't know. I don't think you really want this, but it's a spell, so like... Probably do want it. I'm gonna leave it, and we'll see what happens. And I'll play Sylvan Characters.
And you were complaining about this hand?
I mean, there's not a whole lot more than this.
Alright, so we'll draw a card.
It's not like I can play opposite that next turn.
Play a land. I mean, Sure. You can't play upside down on turn 3. Oh, Kenny. Alright, so...
This is over on Tim.
Alright, so we're going to... We're just going to call... Make a Centaur. Evolve our guy. And... There's no real point in attacking since he'll just block. I guess I could have attacked beforehand, but he's going to block anyways.
Yeah.
Like, a charm... Using a charm to kill a Caryatid isn't where I would want to be in the first place right now, so I'll just pass.
Alright. Alright, here's Voice of Resurgence. And another O3.
Oh, jeez.
Your turn.
Oh, you have 2 cards?
2. And I still can't play opposite that.
Alright.
Well,
So,
yeah.
we got other planes. And I think that I just want to play this to evolve and attack. So, I'm just going to make another guy, trigger this, and we're going to send with both of our 3/3s.
I think I'm going to block, and if I draw opposite that, I'm going to look really stupid. Although...
Well, I mean, you still can't cast them currently with your lands.
Right. That's why it was, like, really questionable to keep this on top. Just because, like, I want to, like, wait and, like, get more things in there. But 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna take 3. Let this die.
And give it an element.
Elemental. Alright.
Go.
Alright, Thoughtseize.
Well, that's not very fun.
Wow. One of these is not like the other. One of these does stuff. I am going to take the Celestial Charm.
Rats.
Alright, so I'm down to 15. Spoon Satyr doesn't come in for 5. Alright, I'll play Voice. So he's up to 5.
Play a news.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. The Voice token's up to 5. Do I want to attack? This... probably not. Alright, I'll pass the turn.
So you have quite the mana advantage here.
Right. That I do.
Well, that was a good draw. So I think that I can use this I could use this, or I could just play this and wait and see what he does. Or I can play this and try and get aggressive. So he could trade his Elemental for a Centaur and the Unflinching Courage if he wanted to. But it also leaves me open to like an Abrupt Decay or something, or a Doomblade. So I think that I'm just going to cast Voice of Resurgence.
Okie doke.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Alright, I'll exile Voice.
Okay.
So I'm at 16. And here we go. Bonfire.
No bonfire.
Hmm. 4, 5, 6. Alright, so this doesn't seem too good if we just put some. So I'm thinking about attacking with the elemental and the scavenging is. I don't know how it'd block. I'm guessing double block this and block that with this. Experiment one on scavenging is. That doesn't really accomplish much. But I feel like if I just keep saying go, I'm not going to win. Although that might not be the case either. One, two, three, four. Maybe I just play this on the voice. Maybe I should just wait a turn. Alright, I'll just say go. Let's see what he does.
Okay. So I don't really like just like sitting here and passing, but at this point I kind of have to until I can draw into something. So I can cast this, and then I think at that point I just kind of have to pass. So we just want to sit on this until we can actually turn the tide. So I'm gonna play Militant, and then I'll pass the turn.
That's pretty good, I think. Although it's like not really that good. Alright. Whip of Erebos.
Alright, that's a card.
Doesn't really do a whole lot. Doesn't change the board at all. Your turn.
Okay, so I think that this is the turn that I want to do this. However, if I do it now, and he can use a removal spell on his own creature, and it will save the elemental, or I can do it on my turn, and then he can't save, but I want to do this on my turn. See here, so if he uses the removal spell on his own creature to shrink his guy, yeah, I don't like that, because that Mystic is just doing absolutely nothing right now. So trading a removal for his Mystic to save the elemental is much better for him. So I'm just going to wait. I'll draw a card. It's not a bad draw. Alright, so we're going to charm the elemental. Okay. And now I think that I want to attack Alright, so if I I run my voice into his ooze, it'll be a 5-5. It'll trigger the experiment one. He can make his ooze a 4-4. But then he can't. Then he can use removal on my turn. So I think I'm just going to leave the voice back, and we're just going to attack with these 3 creatures.
I'm at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I think it's time to get this guy in the graveyard. So I'll just chomp this.
Alright, so you're going to take 5? Because you'll gain 1?
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
Alright. Plus him up. 12. So I really have like no plan on winning right now, or I haven't had one like really this whole game.
Oh, I believe my charm is exiled from my militant.
Sure. Maybe I should have attacked with a voice token. But it's like weird. Yeah, I definitely should have. That's a lot of damage. And I don't have a whole lot. 6 minus 5. Alright, I'll attack. I guess better late than never.
I'm just going to take it.
Alright, I'll abrupt decay this before damage.
Alright, so we're going to decay this guy.
And I'll eat him with those.
Yep. So you go to 13 from the ooze activation. And then I'm going to take 5 and go to 15, and you'll go to 18.
Your turn. Actually, I'll play this.
Sure. Alright, so at this point, we're just going to courage our voice and attack with everything. This is going to let him grow his scavenging ooze a bit, but
Alright, I'll jump up on these.
alright, so we're going to take 4, so 10. I'm going to go to 8, and I'm going to gain 4 and go to 19. And I'll pass.
I'll remove this.
You have 2.
Yep. Alright.
I cannot
6.
block. 13 to 15.
Your turn.
Alright, so that's a good draw. Alright, so I can this. Alright, so So how am I going to win this race?
I wish if you had 2 of these, you could get double life.
I mean, they are legendary. Alright, so he's at
Near
15
gallery.
and I am at 13. So being able to give his Reaper Death Touch is quite problematic.
That's what I like to hear. All your 3/3s are not doing my Sylvan Carrington any justice.
I think it's might be best here just to pass, so I have both of these as an option. I can just create an unfavorable position for him if he wants to try and attack. So I think it's best right now just to pass the turn. Your turn.
Alright. Yay. Just what we needed. 1 Elvish Mystic. I think I'm going to attack with my Reaper. Duck. It's like weird because the majority of this game was like we were both on 3 lands.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I can play this, or I can just cast this, which will evolve my experiment one. So 4. And then I can just, if I put a regeneration shield on my experiment one and double block, then I will just lose this. I think that's the best. Or I can just attack, I can just block with a centaur and an experiment one. Oh no, that won't do anything. Yeah, I have to evolve. So let me make him 4, 8, minus 2 is still 6, yeah. So we will, I'm going to cast a Boon Satyr, evolve, and then I'm going to block with these 2 creatures.
Give him that touch.
Alright, and then I'm going to put a shield on the experiment one.
Okay. Alright.
So what's going to happen is experiment one will regenerate, and these 2 creatures are going to die.
Right.
You will scry 1 from the Reaper,
And go to
and
19.
you gain 4 and go to 19.
Alright, we'll keep him on top.
That doesn't bode well for us. Alright, so we drew a Temple Garden. So we can make his ooze a 7. And I think that, so I'm going to get 8, 9, 4, 5. I think at this point we just want to pass again. So go ahead.
Alright, I'll eat your guy. So I'm at 20. And
You're not going to eat your guy?
mm-mm.
Okay.
We'll save him for a rainy day.
Fair.
I'll play Obsidat.
Alright, well, I'll go to 11 and you go to 22.
No, end my turn.
Alright, I'm gonna Advent.
Sure.
And evolve this guy.
I thought you had Advent when you played that Boon Satyr.
Yeah, I did, but like I'm gonna lose the guy anyways, so
it's probably better to lose it.
I'm not quite sure what we need here to win this game. Another charm would be good, actually.
Yeah.
Get rid of that scavenging ooze. Just completely brickwalled me. Maybe I should have saved the charm rather than kill your elemental. I don't know. I don't like attacking here, so I'll just pass.
Alrighty. Obsi Daddy.
Yeah.
Back and black. So I can either, I think I'm just gonna whip back my Reaper. I don't like traits with that. Here's a Bone Satyr, it's kind of annoying. Yeah. I'll bring him back. And attack your left points directly.
I'll block with the voice.
Okie doke.
So I'm gonna gain 4 and go to 13.
I'm gonna gain 4 and go to 28.
Voice is gonna die,
I'll scry.
triggering an elemental, which is going to evolve this guy. And you scry.
I guess I have to put that on bottom. Doesn't make sense to scry and scry. Scry land. Alright. And I will end my turn.
Alright, so if I do this now on the elemental, it leaves me pretty vulnerable to an attack from his Obsidat, although I don't think he can just attack with the Obsidat anyways. Well, he might be able to since he can just whip it back the following turn. So then again, he just has to sit on it. Just be trading for one guy each time. I'm going to encourage my elemental.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't attack because he can eat my Voice of Resurgence and become an 8 power, and I'll just pass.
Alright, I'll eat him. So I go to 29. Obsidat. Go to
11 to 31.
6, 7, 8. Alright, I'll send an Obsidat. Wait, hold that thought. That's probably not very good.
I mean, I'll gain 7 if you want.
Alright. That's kind of dumb. So, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially since I'm ahead in life. Like, it's probably good if I'm like, if the light totals were switched, but I need a way to kill him somehow. So, I guess I will just end my turn.
Alright, we're just drawing all the platinum hits. Tristani would be good at some point. Just throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
Go.
We're gonna need to avoid a Tristani. So 9 to 33.
Yep.
That was not bad.
You should just draw an Elspeth and finish me.
Yeah. If only it were that easy. Alright, abrupt decay the guy. Yeah. And now I will attack.
I'll block and regenerate.
Alright.
You gain 5.
Yep. 38. Your turn. This is quite the game. I've had to use 2 different columns in my life total.
Yeah. I will pass the turn.
Alright.
That would have been good to have last turn.
So
Not
7
gonna
to
lie.
40. We'll send him in again.
Alright, well, I will Rootborn Defenses. I will populate this.
Yep.
My creatures are indestructible.
Right.
I will. This guy triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And I will block him with a worm.
Right. So I go to 45.
Yep.
And I will whip him back.
I go to 5. I go to 47.
And I'll end my turn.
Go ahead.
You go to 3, I go to 49.
Yep. We'll block and regenerate.
Alright. So I go to 54.
Yep.
What a dumb game. Your turn.
And I'm going to hold this as really the only way I have a chance to get back in this game is to draw Tristani here. So I'm going to hold this for just in case I draw Tristani.
Alright.
And that is not a Tristani. I'm going to cast it anyways. And then I will pass the turn. I'll go to 1.
And I'm at 56. This is so stupid. Alright.
I will block with the Centaur.
Right.
You go to 61.
Your turn.
Alright, Tristani or bust. And that is not Tristani.
What a game. What a weird game. I don't know. I think that maybe I should have been attacking with that elemental token earlier, just to like try and trade off the board a little bit.
Alright, here we are for sideboarding with the green-white deck versus the junk deck. For myself, I don't want Unflinching Courage in the deck. It just is just mono spot removal. It will open myself up for getting 2 for 1. I just don't really like that.
Yeah.
And as well as I'm taking out the Dried Militants, I just feel like it's the worst card in my deck against him. Like it's just a 2/1 that can be blocked by Mystic. You know, once his ooze becomes a 3/3, it just dies. There's
Yeah, and the
like
O3 brick walls it.
and you just O3 just brick walls it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm bringing in 2 glares. I saw Voice and I saw Mystic, and most of the time, if they have Mystic and Voice, they also have Smiter, even though I didn't see it. But I imagine they can also get rid of like an Elspeth if he plays an Elspeth. And he did keep Obsidian in play in game 1, so I can hit an Obsidian if I get real lucky. And a Johnny just as a way to try and break through some stalemates. I didn't notice that he had any flying creatures, so you know at some point if I can just like jump a 5/5, you know just 10 him in the air, he'll end up being dead. Hunt the Hunter is a good way to kill Scavenging Ooze. Reborn Defenses is great against all of his spot removal, and then Tristani is, I just feel like this card is going to be tough for him to beat, so I'm just bringing in the second one.
Yeah, it's definitely a card that you have to like kill on the spot, or else it just gets way out of hand a lot of the time. So especially like in this matchup where like things generally, like the board generally tends to like get clunked up, and it's like a card that can just take over very quickly.
Speaking of kill on the spot, what cards are you bringing in, Kenny?
Well, I am taking out my Thoughtseizes, which, like I was saying earlier, how like Thoughtseize is really good against any deck that isn't trying to like burn you to death, but I think that his deck is more of like kind of just like the only way that it can kill you is actually killing you. Actually,
you don't say.
Well, I mean, like, I know that sounds kind of stupid or whatever, but like, I mean, there's definitely different ways of dying. You know, whether it's like getting milled or like card advantage or whatnot. So I wanted to cut one opposite that just because if you ever draw two, it's very, very like clunky, and it's kind of slow. Bring these guys in: Hero's Downfall, Doomblade. I wanted to bring in one Verasco. Like, it is a removal spell. It is a 5-mana removal spell, but it can be good. It can hit just, you know, any random thing that he has. Whereas like these cards are all good off the top of my deck, which it seems like we were coming down to. And I mean, opposite it's good off the top unless I already have one. And like he was saying in the first game, it just stayed in play and didn't really do a whole lot. And it is susceptible to Slithering Charm. So we'll try this. Like I said, I'm not sure if Thoughtseize is right, but we'll get a feel for the game and see how it goes. And then we'll go from there.
Sweet. All right, we are back for the first sideboarded game. For game 3, I get to be on the play. And hopefully I'll lay the smack down on Kenny Castor. And this is a very good hand, so I'm going to keep.
This is a very weird hand, so I'm going to keep as well.
Alright, experiment 1, go.
Alright, I'll pay 2 Elvish Mystic.
Alright. So I can either just cast this and pass, or I can cast this, evolve and attack, which I think is going to end up being the best anyways, because of what I just drew. So I'll call the Conclave, evolve, attack for 2.
16.
Go ahead.
Well, there's only one thing to do in a situation like this, and that's play everything I played on turn 1. Your turn.
Alright, so that was a good draw. We'll just attack for 5.
I think I'm going to double block this.
Alright, so I'm going to Reborn Defenses.
Wow.
We will populate, evolve, make my guys indestructible, and you take 3.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Your turn. I think it's better to like try and get his removal out earlier versus like playing it when I have like big stuff.
Alright, so I think that I just want to play these two and then pass. I don't think that attacking is going to be worth it yet. So if I attack, he'll take 6 and I'm going to lose my Centaur. I'll get to scry 1, but it'll put him at 7. which I think is fine actually. And even if he decides to block a Centaur here, I just get to, if I have a Celestia Charm, he has to consider that, or if I have another Rootborn Defenses, he has to consider that as well. So I'm just going to attack with everybody.
Alright. We'll block it.
I'm going to block it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well you're going to take 6.
Alright.
And you get to scry 1.
Yep. The 4th Elvish Mystic? Nah.
Then we're going to experiment 1 into a voice and evolve.
Yep.
And it's your turn.
Yay. Forgot that guy was in my deck. So, I don't think I really want to play it though. I think we need to, actually, I want to keep up Death Touch, but I also want to do this guy twice. But I don't really want to take 2, so I don't think I can leave up the Death Touch. He didn't have a trick last turn, so unless he draws one in the form of like Celestia Charm. So I'll play it as Temple Garden. Your turn.
Alright, so unfortunately we can't just jam that card because of the mana cost. So the Ooze is poised to get a little out of hand here. But I think that I can, if I cash in my voice, he can do some evolving here. So he'll get to scry, but I think that's going to be fine. So I'm just going to attack with the Voice of Resurgence.
I'll block.
Alright. I'll make a guy. We're going to evolve both of these.
Now the question is, do I want this? I mean, it probably can't hurt. There are a lot better spells in my deck. Oh, I think I'm going to keep it.
And then I will pass the turn.
Alright, I'll eat your voice and one of these. So I go back to 9, or up to 9. And I will play Luxodon Smiter.
Sure.
Play my 4th Temple Garden. Your turn.
Alright, well we're going to Advent on your end step.
Okay.
I'm going to evolve both of these. And then
maybe I should have put the Smiter on bottom. Because not only is this elemental already bigger than mine, but like, or bigger than the Smiter, but if you were to add like one creature, but now like the experiment ones are pretty close to being just as big.
so I think it's best for me just to attack with the worm here. So he can trade his Reaper for it if he wants. Or he could trade like a Smiter and a Mystic for it if he wants. Lets him scry a bunch and he gets to grow his Ooze. But I think we're fine with that.
Okay. Well, I guess he doesn't have Reborn Defenses or play with a sin and everything. So let's do this. Block.
Alright.
And I'll eat this guy.
Sure.
So he goes
So you go up to
3,
10.
I go to 10.
You get to scry 3 times.
3 times. 1, Whoa. That's weird. But I'm gonna keep it.
Alright. I'm gonna play a line.
Mm-hmm.
And then pass.
I think it's best to just keep up the green. Your turn.
Alright. Go.
I'll eat these guys.
Yep.
Your turn.
Alright, well that's a pretty good draw. But I think that I don't want to do it yet. I think it's best just to pass. Go.
Right. I'll make 3 tokens.
That's fine.
Your turn.
Alright, well, end your turn. We're going to do this. And make another elemental.
Okay.
Which will evolve both the light creatures. And we need to draw a white source to win the game.
You got a Johnny?
Yes. Alright. Well, we can use this. Seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, will become 8. So I think that I just want to kill the scavenging ooze here. Alright, so I'm going to hunt here with the elemental. So it gets +2/+2 and then they fight.
Okay.
So you will get to scry.
I think I'm going to...
Maybe that Reborn Defenses was a little aggressive, because now he can ultimate his Elspeth.
I think I'm just going to keep that.
Alright. Alright, so since he kept it, I can do some attacks here. So, if he wants to trade his Reaper for an Elemental, he can. I also have a 5/5 and a 6/6 Experiment one. So I'll attack with an Elemental and both of the Experiment ones.
Is that the one that you fought?
No, this is the one that I fought.
Okay.
Earlier. We're not going to throw that guy away just yet.
Right. Okay, so I think that this needs to go here, this needs to go here, and this probably goes here. Unless this goes down to 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I should just put this in front of this one. Or if I put this in front of this one, put these in front of this, that might be better. Then everything just dies. Well, I guess not those. Okay. If we just, let's put this and this here, and this here. Alright. Block.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's I will regenerate.
Okay.
I'll put a shield here. Yeah, I'll put a shield here and we'll order the soldier first.
Mm-hmm. Alright, don't touch him.
I want to put a shield there. Is the Reaper important? Left the card on top. So I can make it a 4/4. Yeah, I'm gonna put a shield here.
Okay. Damage.
Yep.
I think that I might actually want this guy now. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on bottom. And then scry this. We'll keep that on top, I guess. Right.
I'll pass.
Tech.
I will block the smiter with my elemental.
Okay.
And I'll take 4.
Okay. So I'll scry. You go to 16. You go to 16. That's probably not that bad. Well, minus Elspeth.
Alright, I'll regenerate this guy.
Your turn.
Oh, that's pretty standard, really. One of the 2 guild gates in the deck.
Alright.
And I can't really attack with anything. I guess I can kill Elspeth. Should get to kill one of my guys. Probably kill the lion. I think I'm actually fine with that. I'm gonna send everything at Elspeth.
Okay. Yeah, I'll block here.
Sure.
So she dies.
You can get to square one.
What was this again? Actually, this isn't very good anymore.
This game has been really weird. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm sure I've played it terribly. I'm also sure I will hear about it later too.
I'm at 12, you're at 16.
Yep.
Two.
Uh, 15.
Go.
Alright, I'll put just Johnny Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pass.
blow Tristani up. Scry.
Go.
Go.
Good job, mate.
Mm-hmm.
We will put a counter here. Go.
Wait, what does this thing do? Flying double strike. Okay.
Just draw another hero's downfall.
Yeah. Attack a Johnny.
I will block and regenerate.
Okay. Your turn.
I'm gonna advent.
Okay.
Actually, that doesn't trigger this guy.
Do you want to hold up?
Yes.
Alright.
I will take that advent back. But I will put a counter here.
Sure.
I'm gonna exile the soldier. They are white soldiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll attack with experiment 1 and a centaur. Yeah, I put the gun here, so he said 6. Yeah.
Block.
Yep.
I go to 9, scry 1. Lands. No more.
Go ahead. It's possible that I should have put the counter here so that when I evolve I can regenerate him again. Since that experiment was just going to get blocked anyways.
Your turn. I shall play this.
And step I'll advent.
Mm-hmm.
Flying double strike. I'll attack you.
Doomblade.
Alright, I'll regenerate. Go.
Come on, something good. Dead. Alright, we're back for game 4. I'm on the play this time. Let's see how this goes. Looks fairly reasonable, so I'll keep.
This is actually a very interesting hand. I think that these cards are probably going to be good. So I'll keep and find out.
Alright. Temple Garden, pass.
Forest, go.
No 1-drop.
Nope.
Whoa.
No experiment 1 this time.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to 18 and play a voice.
Sure.
Your turn. The voice of the people.
Alright, we will call, and it's your turn.
Bang.
It's dead. 18.
Go. Yep.
Go.
Well.
Got another one?
I'm trying to figure out if this is better than this, which I don't think it is, unless he plays like, which I have this, so we'll do another one.
16.
Your turn. Hey, that's a land. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Nope, I didn't draw land. Abrupt decay. Attack.
14.
Go. Yep.
Go. And I have to play that now, even though it has flash, because you have a voice of resurgence.
I'll pay 2. Play Reaper. Attack.
12.
Go.
Here we are again with only one white mana. This is not looking very good for us. I can always make a 2/2 here. If I attack, maybe I try and race, I guess. If I attack, he can block. Then I can kill it and we'll scry 1. Just has a bunch of sweet spells in his hand.
There's only 3.
I'll attack.
Okay, so if he chimes here, we still trade, and I think that that's fine. So I will block. Yep.
Take 1.
So I take 1. These trades, scry 1. Whatever. Yeah.
10.
They come in multiples. Your turn.
So does everything in my deck. I literally have three of a kinds.
Last game I had double quads. Yep.
Go.
Attack.
I'll block the voice.
Okay. So
I think I have to, even though it's
scry
terrible.
2. Where'd those voice tokens go?
And go to 6, so you need to scry 2.
6. I guess I'll keep it. Oh, yeah, sure. Your turn. I said they come in multiples.
And I can only play 1 blocker, so I'm dead.
Yeah, I will cut it if you'd like.
Alright, we are back to the last game. So far, everybody that's been on the play has won. Hopefully that trend continues, because I am on the play this game.
Right.
Come on.
This hand's pretty good.
I mean, just need a forest. I'm mulligan. Alright, well, my 6 card hand didn't have any lands, so let's see what we can get on 5. Go.
Temple Garden, that's the best land in your deck. Your turn.
Go.
That's awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, 19.
Sylvan kicked it.
Go.
Go, go. Go, go Power Rangers. Play a Reaper. And a Your turn.
Go.
There's not an avenue of the worm coming. I don't know what to do. Attack. And 3, 4. Attack with him 2.
I guess my Advent is just going to die regardless.
Yes.
Just kidding. Didn't have it.
Bone
Play Bone
Cider. Alright, we'll replicate him. Scry 1.
Yep. Take 5, go to 14.
We'll keep him on top. You go to 14. Second main. Snyder. You're up.
Go.
Voice Resurgence. Yep.
In response.
Attack.
10.
Your turn.
I'll glare the voice.
Yep.
Go.
I'll remove your Bone Cider. So now if he has Root Born defenses, that's pretty good for him. Yes. I'll play Vraska. Yeah, I'll try to kill that. Yep. Your turn.
So I can send a worm at Vraska. Guess I should have thought of this and made plays before I cast my spell as far as attacks go. So if I send a worm at Vraska, he has to kill off either his Smiter or his Ooze to save it, and then I will lose. I'll lose a worm. I guess I could send both at Vraska. Oh, I'm at 10. I can't do that. I sent one. He'll lose his Ooze. And then get to scry 1. Or 2. Jeez. I think I'm only winning this game if I just like chain Tristani into Root Born defenses or something. I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah. Plus Scry. Just a win. And we can't really attack. I guess if I attack with my Reaper, but that's not very good. You like treat it with your turn. I need the Reaper to just try and get rid of these guys and scry.
Go.
Plus. Go. Wait, that doesn't that go to 2?
Two.
Sorry.
3 power, not 3 counters. Alright, now can I send bookworms at Raska? No, then she just chomps and my worms will die. Go.
That's pretty good. I guess I should have waited a little bit and attacked maybe first. That doesn't really do a whole lot. I'll just make the tokens. Your turn.
You're not going to use your Vraska?
I thought I did.
No.
Alright, plus Vraska.
Go.
I'll just plus this, go.
You know, hunt the hunter, a centaur onto your scavenging ooze.
Okay. Scry. Put the forest on bottom.
Go.
And I'm gonna kill this. Scry. We don't really need that. I think our goal is to just ultimate Elspeth. Your turn.
You plus Elspeth?
Yeah, so I get 3 tokens.
Oh, you had like 9 tokens and I'm at 10 life. So I like just can't even attack, otherwise I'm just like dead.
Yeah.
Go.
Ultimate.
Isn't it 8?
It's 7.
Oh, then I'm just dead.
Yeah.
Thought it was 8. Thought I had a turn. Well, that was sweet. Welcome to the conclusion of our versus video, CVM versus Castor, Snapcaster. And so I lost 3-2. I felt like whoever was on the play was at a big advantage in the matchups. Fortunately, I mulliganed to 5 in the last game, which is just a part of Magic. But what were your impressions of your deck? Did you think it was very good?
I thought it was pretty solid for the most part. I was thinking, you know, maybe like Elvish Mystic is probably the weakest card in the deck, and with like, in order to like play it, you have to play like a lot of dual lands. Well, you play a lot of dual lands with it to like make the 3-color deck work, and so it's not really, I don't think, worth to play actually the Elvish Mystic. I think that you could probably just get away with even playing 2 colors. I know that Elspeth is very good, and you could either go like either just black-white, like we saw there was a black-white deck on the top of the last Open, or the problem with that deck is that there's not a lot of powerful 2-drops besides like Cartel Aristocrat, and that's not really a 2-drop, but, you know. Excuse me. Or you could go with just green black, which I was kind of thinking about because that last hand, it was like Elvish Mystic and Thoughtseize, or not Thoughtseize, but it was like the Sylvan and then a Reaper and an Abrupt Decay. And I mean, it looks pretty good for just like a green black deck. But I mean, the power of Elspeth, as you guys saw in the last game, well, he did mull to 5. You know, it gave the little extra push that the deck needs. You know, when the board does get stalled up a lot, you also don't get opposite out if you play just green black. So like there's its pluses and minuses. I don't know if Smiter is really the card that you want, but like it is a nice combo to curve into, you know, Mystic and a Smiter. But I mean the deck is very powerful, and you know it can do a lot of really neat things, and that's what I really like about it. And even just like being able to chump block with like those Elvish Mystics earlier, then they do feed the Scavenging Users later, or you get to scry with the Reaper. I was really impressed with the Reaper. He's very good.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what he can do in Dublin this weekend.
Yeah,
so
it'll be.
The Pro Tour is starting today, and I'm not sure when because of all the time differences.
Right.
But I know it starts on Friday, and I'm definitely excited to see what the Reaper can do because it is probably a card that's under a lot of people's radar, and but it's very, very, very good.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the green-white deck?
I think the deck's pretty good. I was actually a little surprised with how good Scavenging Ooze was against me, even though my deck was built to like not be that vulnerable to Scavenging Ooze,
right?
With like the calls and the advents. But it still felt like Ooze just like brickwalled me a lot because you would chump early, and then the Ooze would come down and stop me from being able to attack. So I'm not sure if just staying straight green-white is what you want. Maybe it's worthwhile just splashing red for Domri, because Domri would allow me to break up a lot of the board states with fighting.
Right.
But the idea behind the deck felt very, very good. Obviously, we didn't get to showcase the Unflinching Courages in the main, since your deck is just like mono Doomblades.
Right, yeah.
But I still think against like all of the non-black decks, Unflinching Courage is just very, very good, being in the main deck. And I still like Voice, and I still think Smiter isn't where we want to be right now, even though it's still a very, very good card.
Yeah.
I don't think Smiter's where we want to be, at least for this deck. I think that in that deck it's fine. If you're playing Mystic, you want to be playing Smiter. They go hand in hand. I'm pretty sure they're engaged by now, if you want to check their status on Facebook. But
it's complicated.
But like if you're going to be playing one or the other, you definitely want to be playing both for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
As far as changes that I would make moving forward, I still don't like Dryad Militant in this deck.
Right.
I think that we would want to, if we wanted to try and fit Domri into the deck, we would have to probably get rid of the Rootborn defenses, just because they kind of play the same role as like protection against the control decks. Like
maybe the Call of the Conclaves.
They just can't really beat a Domri. Yeah, and then you'd have to cut the Call of the Conclaves.
You play Reckoner.
And then just go back to like Smiter. I wouldn't play Reckoner. That's one thing that I want to try is a Naya deck without Boros Reckoner, because it puts too much strain on your mana.
Okay.
But like the only red card that I want is Domri. Like I want to splash red just for Domri.
Okay.
I want to see how that works out.
Yeah. It's a very powerful Planeswalker.
It's a very powerful Planeswalker. So I definitely was impressed with Reaper of the Wilds. Were there any, like, did you think the whip is worth being in there?
I like the one whip. It did a lot of work the game that I saw it. But like I said, I mean, like, it's kind of just like pushing you over a little bit, you know, kind of like the Elspeth Emblem did. I mean, not to like the same extent where like you just swing and win, but it's definitely like, you know, you get to attack, and then like if you have opposite out with it, it's just busted. And it's just like so much life that you can gain, and then being able to like get the creatures back later. It's kind of not synergistic with your Scavenging Uses. In that one game where like I could have ate the Reaper that was in the graveyard, but like I had to bring it back with the whip. So there's the little Nambo, but you know, those are just like the kinks that you work out as, you know, you play a little bit more with the deck and just kind of get a feel for it and see what synergies actually go with each other to make your deck one whole. One whole ball of synergy.
I definitely agree. I think that whip is awesome. I expect to see quite a few whips in Dublin.
Yeah.
As well as quite a few Obsidats along with the whips.
Yep.
Because they're very, very good. One last thing that I do want to bring up is I believe that Above the Curve is probably going to be doing their own like Pro Tour draft thingy for their picks, but I think that we should also do that.
Okay.
We'll each get 2 picks, and I'll even let you pick first.
All right.
Who do you think is going here's your pick for to win Pro Tour?
To win the Pro Tour, I mean, I have to go with BBD. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for BBD. He's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of work in the past for even Pro Tours he hasn't gone to. I mean, I played his deck at the last Pro Tour I went to. But I mean, like, he does a lot of work, and I think that it does pay off.
I think now's his time.
Yeah. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I'll even cross all my fingers for him.
All right. Well, I agree. Since you took my first pick, I'm going to have to go with my reserve. I actually picked him for the last Pro Tour, and it worked out well for me. I think that he deserves the title that he currently has as Player of the Year. And I think that he is probably the best deck designer in the world right now, and I'm going to go with Raptor.
Okay.
Josh Utter-Layton is fabulous. He's very good. He's not a Team SCGer, but he is, in my opinion, one of, if not the best players in the world right now. Best player in the world right now. So I'm going to hedge my bets on that one.
All right.
Last pick.
All right. I'm going to have to go with Dave Shields. Dave's very solid. He lost his winning in round at Pro Tour Gate Crash. So I'm really hoping that he can break through this time and get something going for him. I think he's also, one of the people who really works hard at the game and really, plays lots of tournaments. And like him and BBD, they're not really like, they like don't go out to like go say, hey, hi. But like if you do come to them, they're very friendly. And, I respect that a lot in a player because, a lot of people are just kind of like, oh, no, you can't have my deck list. Not that they're going to give them your deck list, but like, they say, oh, well, this is what I would change and why.
They're just very, very approachable.
Yeah, and helpful.
I agree with that. For my last pick, I'm actually going to cheat a little bit just because I feel like I can, and I'm going to take both Bard Narson and Todd Anderson since they are a package pair.
All right. And
I'm going to steal both of them.
Wait, is Todd playing?
Didn't he qualify for this one? Oh, sorry, Todd. I guess I'll just skip Bard Narson.
Right.
So we're going to go with Brad. He's on Team SCG. They have, infinite awesome people, Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. So I'm going to go with Brad. I feel like he's put in quite a bit of work, and this is a format where Overgrown Tomb is a very good card, and I think that tailors directly for Brad Johnson. So that's our picks for us today. Guys, I definitely appreciate you checking out our videos. Keep tuned for next week. Also, let us know what you think in the comments for who's going to win the Pro Tour. So make sure you let us know. Give us your 2 picks. We read them all. I'm going to try and keep track. I'm interested to see how close we can be on our predictions. So for Kenny Castor, I am CVM. Thanks for watching.